Yeah, definitely. That was a good point. And I feel like the inner child is like it's kind of like our emotional self, like you said earlier in our conversation. And I feel like a lot of a lot of people, a lot of adults are very like shut down from their emotions. Like they're very numb to their emotions. They're very shut off and disconnected from their emotional selves because I really believe that's like the self-protection mechanism kicking in of the inner child feeling so much pain and hurt and just not wanting to feel anymore. And we shut down this emotional side of us and we kind of are too much in the mind trying to overanalyze everything, overanalyze how we're feeling. We're not allowing that energy to fully like express itself and move through us. And I feel like that's when we start to get sick, is because that's like a lot of the physical symptoms that we have is like that inner child coming through and saying, listen to me, hear me, like spend time with me, please, like go back and spend time and rewrite this story that's been looping in your body, in your mind, in your energy for all of these years. That's kind of causing a lot of like stress on the body. Can you relate to that?
Yeah, like you just pointed out a forgotten point from me. Like you just said that sickness that has been coming, like, and that inner child is so strong. Like I just missed that before. Like even when I was facing that hormonal imbalance, it was nothing because what I was eating, what I was doing, not about that, like little bit about physical activity, but not that much. Like it was not even anything physical that was showing. It was that like what was going on my mind, my soul, what was it was feeling like what my inner child was telling me, that attention you just said. Like I totally 100% agree with you. Like when I just put some put some lighting to her, like accepted what she was feeling, many things came up which actually make me feel better, even in the sickness. Like
Mhm.
I was actually going through adrenal fatigue. Like it was my most severe symptom. Like I didn't have much energy. I was just lying in the bed. I couldn't get up in the morning, and all these things. And when I started this, just listening to my inner voice, my child version, and what she gone through, like I was actually kind of making myself lazy or going to that phase, like I don't want to do anything because I was self protecting myself from being hurt,
Mhm.
from actually getting like fulfilling the expectations of others, what actually my inner child felt. That's
Mhm.
why I was lying on the bed, not taking any responsibilities, not taking any thing that actually fulfill my soul, because I feared that I will be hurting, I will be deprived of love again. If I don't do anything,
Mhm.
that will be a good thing. Just I just
Mhm.
say it like to myself. And that time it was so much louder, like when I started my healing journey, though it was for physical symptom or physical health. Like I wanted to be feel energized again, like I was feeling in my childhood or my teenage. I wanted to be like her. And when I started doing this inner work, it was so surprising that it's not about the physical health that I was going through. It was really not about that. And it helped me in my healing journey so like I accepted my symptoms. I figure out that my symptoms are not the cause of people leaving my life or people abandoning me. That is not certain, not the scenario. My inner child actually feeling like this because she is fearful, like she is scaring and all that stuff. And when I started to give this attention, my symptoms were much better, and I just accepted it. Like you were seeing this energy maybe in like back in 4 to 5 years. I was just, no, I don't want to do this podcast. Why I will do this podcast or anything like this? Like I will just sleep that time. I don't want to do anything that will make my comfort zone, like I will get out of my comfort zone and anything like this. I
Hmm.
think this is all connected, like your inner version, like your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health, everything is connected.
If there's anybody listening who really wants to just start developing this relationship with their inner child, they want to start listening to that voice and following some of the guidance that and the wisdom that the inner child has to share, what would you say to someone who is kind of just starting out on this path, or maybe even on this path, kind of wanting to, yeah, just keep that reminder and to really connect with the inner child? How would you suggest someone go about starting that journey?
Um, if I share my own experience, like when that negative things happens in life, like anything doesn't align with yourself and you are doing something that is not the first time you're facing, like that loop or pattern, that was the case for me. Like um some things was repeating in my life, like the universe is saying to put attention to any like something, it was like this. And um when I started to look deeper into that patterns, I just find out the things I just said in this whole video. Like this was the first moment when I realized it, like when we think something negative happened with us, we are just like being miserable, but we are not actually getting the wisdom out of it. And I just did this. I just did. But my first step was to just bring that wisdom from that pain, that sorrow, that traumatized event, which was kept repeating, maybe the similar kind of event, or I was feeling similar because of the trauma response. And that time I just dig deeper. What is the thing? What is making me like this? What is the inner voice that is saying? What is she trying to say? What what these patterns are showing to me, like what wisdom they are bringing. And I think the first step was to just consciously accept that, like consciously be present into that feeling.
Hmm.
And the second step for me was like, if I say it a tool or anything, just I said in the whole video, like just do some little grounding things in your day-to-day life, like maybe little bit meditation, maybe just present in your body like this, or anything that is making yourself grounding. Maybe dancing could be one of the thing. Like I just forgot to say that my inner child is most happy when I'm doing like weird dance movement, like I
Hmm.
was from childhood, I was just like playing a song, like though I'm in Bangladesh, but we really love Hindi songs, Indian songs.
Hmm.
I just used to play it and just dance. So, if anything that feels like you can connect to your inner child in this way, maybe just be in a nature, or maybe like doing something really funny, like this weird dance movement for me. Like if anyone's for it, like just just go in the bath and just like playing with the water and everything. That is just like that, you just feel like you're happy at that moment. Like it is really a silly thing, maybe everyone is like you're a mature person, why you are doing it, but not listening to everyone's thought. And like whatever you were trying to do at that time, or like feeling like your inner child used to do this, just do this. Because inner child means freedom. It actually means freedom. Like for me it was like freedom, just feeling whatever comings up, or doing anything that you used to do and you are not doing it, like doing it because people said something, or anything that has wounded itself and you're not doing it, just go back to it.
Mm.
I know these things really take time, and I think patience and love is the real medicine here. Like
Mm,
just
mm,
going with the flow and just receiving the love. Yeah.
mm. Wow, yeah,
I think,
I agree with with all of that. I really resonate with all of that. Yeah, just kind of going with the flow and just being curious. Just be curious about yourself, why you're reacting the way that you're reacting, why you're feeling the way that you're feeling, and you don't even need to have an answer right away, but really just like being with that feeling and just feeling it in your body and just saying, I'm here now, I'm here with you. Just like speaking to that inner child, just reassuring your inner child that she's not alone, and like introducing or reintroducing the things that she loved to do when she was a child, because I feel like we still love the same things that we used to love when we were children, even though they may have evolved over time. But like, yeah, like dancing or doing something creative, being in nature, like all those things that you recommended are so nurturing to the inner child.
yeah, doing anything that your inner child feels like, anything that
Mhm.
is called freedom, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely freedom. The inner child energy feels definitely very like liberated,
Wow.
right? Just that freedom to be whoever she wants to be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful. So I really just feel like I want to ask, how does your inner child feel right now after this
Like,
conversation?
yeah, in the beginning, we had a frightening moment. Like, I was really thinking from my mind, just as I said, like being really afraid of going to the record and all these. But right now, she's feeling like someone is holding space for her. She's being heard, she's being listened, and yeah, she feels like she's present here, and she is so happy that I made it here today.
Mm,
Like that thing I said last night, I was feeling so excited, and it was totally because my inner was feeling excited. My old version was feeling excited, who was really cheerful and joyful. And I think all the things is said here, maybe even for one person, if it is helpful, like this thought, like really bringing peace to my inner child, like
mhm.
joy, yeah. It was
Yeah,
so
like
much
this.
healing. Even this podcast is actually healing for me,
Yeah, of
just
course.
coming here.
I think it's really healing for the inner child when we just give her the space to be seen, to be heard, especially because I feel like so many of us were not allowed to really like speak our opinions or like speak our truth as children. So now as adults, like we really have to give ourselves that opportunity to do that. That's why like the podcast is called Awakening Truth, right? Like us kind of just coming forward and being like giving ourselves the freedom to really speak our truth, finally after so long. So I really want to do is just, yeah, just to close, just to guide us through a little inner child visualizing and just to help us to connect in with our own inner children, but to help anyone who's watching to just start that connection with themselves and to really start feeling what the essence of the inner child feels like. So if you will join me and just close your eyes. And as we have our eyes closed, we're just gonna take a few deep breaths and just really breathing in all of the loving information that was shared today. Breathing that down into the body and really allowing ourselves to receive everything that was shared today. I think so often we don't really allow ourselves to receive enough. We're always giving and giving. We forget that receive, and the inner child really loves receiving things, loves to receive gifts and hugs and warmth. Just breathing in that warm energy, Feeling the sensation of the seat under you and just how supportive that is, holding space for us here today. I'm starting to feel some of the little sensations that you may be feeling in your body. Any areas where there be some lingering tension or uneasiness, anxiety, or worry. Allowing all those to come down into the heart, come down from the mind and into the heart. Our heart is where our inner child lives. That's where the purest essence of who we are lives. Without the conditioning, without the wounding. Just this space of deep unconditional love. Really thinking of those key words of liberation, freedom, joy, happiness, playfulness, curiosity, and how those words bring about this sensation in your body. Allowing that sensation to travel through your muscles, to ease any tensions, to help relax. Relaxing the shoulders, the neck, the facial muscles, the forehead. Really just bringing to image a picture of a child version of yourself to mind. And just remembering what this version of you really loved doing. How she felt. How she moved through her life, through her days. The activities that she could get lost in. What brought a smile to her face. Really just thanking her for being here today. Thanking her for being a part of you. Part of you that's going to bring light and joy into a sometimes dark and heavy world, into a sometimes dark and heavy human experience. This is the inner child that's going to help us to stay connected to the light, the part of us that has hope, the part of us that dreams of something magical for us. Part of us that's so creative and imaginative that can help us to create the lives that we truly desire. So we really just do bring presence to her and maybe give her a hug in our mind. And we're just gonna let her go and be happy where she is for the rest of the day or the evening. Just letting her relax into her space and feeling that relaxation taking place in our own body. Just taking a few more deep breaths. Stay connected to our body. And then slowly you can open your eyes and just bring yourself back into the space around you, into the room, into your present moment reality. And I feel like that will just allow us to move forward with the rest of our evening for you or the rest of my day to just be like, and for the invitation for anyone who's watching to just have that invitation to just be so connected and present with our inner child today. I can say that I really needed this session today. I think my inner child is just really looking for that, yeah, just that presence, just that acknowledgement, that little like, hey, I'm here, I'm listening, we're connecting. I feel like that's sometimes all we need to stay connected, just kind of waking up with that intention, like, how are you? I'm here today. Let's go and have a great day, you know?
Yeah, I just, this meditation was so grounding for me. Like, yeah, now it's it's like holding a space for her and just feel her. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
hugging her. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much,
Thank you
Faria.
so much.
Do you have any like final words that you'd like to share before we close out today?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that thank you so much. I just said everything to people, but to you, like the thing you brought out of me today, just it was wonderful. The thing you are doing, like it is so healing for anybody who is watching this or anything. Any episode of yours was so much healing for them. I think, yeah, I wish I had someone like 4 to 5 years ago like this. Maybe this will be really supportive. Yeah.
Thank you so
Thank you
much,
so
Faria.
much for holding space for me. Uh,
Mm, you're welcome. You're welcome. And thank you so much for your words and even for your message yesterday. That was like, I got so emotional from your message yesterday because, yeah, just like I felt like my inner child really needed to hear those words. And yeah, just like so much gratitude for you as well.
Wow, that was such a powerful, powerful conversation. If you enjoyed this episode of Awakening Truth podcast and you would like to get more, feel free to like this video and subscribe to the channel and do share your own truth in the comments. We would love to know what you felt from this conversation and really just encouraging you to speak and share a little bit of your truth with us today, as that is truly powerful for, all of humanity. I truly believe that we're all connected. So would love to see you and feel you in the comments. Tune in next Sunday for the next episode of Awakening Truth podcast.